Good morning. Happy Wednesday, hump day. Right before I started this directing, I came across a video on my page, and she said people often don't grow where they are judged. And I say people often don't grow when they are judging. So there's actually two angles to that statement in my mind. Not only do you not grow when you are judged, I don't feel that's the case. When you are judged, you have to recognize the duality in what you're being judged for, if you're being judged. Oftentimes we're judging ourselves, and then we redirect that to the exterior because of things we're fighting within ourselves and we haven't quite come to terms with. So we then redirect it to people outside of us to give an excuse as, oh, they're the one judging me, when really you're judging yourself. You just don't want to accept that. And so oftentimes that happens. And it's just the reality. It's just the truth that resides inside of you. You have to accept that in different ways. You know that. I can't tell you that. You know that, right? I had to figure that out within myself, particularly when it came to my addiction, because I saw the whole writing on the wall in reference to that, and I couldn't quite figure it out. But I hadn't accepted it within my world. I hadn't taken accountability and responsibility in reference to that, right? And so I had to accept that within my world, to where the exterior world, that obviously placed judgment on me based off hearsay and whatever, because that was blatantly, to where that didn't affect me. That didn't affect me because I already accepted accountability. In the brokenness within my world, that walked me in to my addiction and different ulterior motives that I was surrounded by, which I picked up on that too. And so it's one of those things. But oftentimes, you can grow in a reality when you're being judged, when you choose to judge yourself and not judge others, right? It's not our job to judge others, truthfully, especially when you don't have an understanding. You don't have an understanding. You don't have a full understanding. You don't have the full story. Right now, there's such a lack of full stories. It's really hard to pinpoint the full story, truthfully, on all stories, all fronts. Anything exterior of you right now, it is so hard to pick up on the true story because there's so many false realities, fake masks, hidden agendas, secret societies, all kinds of weird crap floating around everywhere. You walk out the door, you won't get a slice of it. It's everywhere. So when you put your energy and you put your intentions into things outside of you, it could take advantage of you because you're putting things outside of you. And when you're placing judgment on other people without having a full understanding of the full story, you're putting your eggs in somebody else's basket when you should be putting your eggs in your own basket. Meaning, if you find yourself in a world, in a reality, in your day-to-day operations, and you're choosing to judge other people but not judge yourself, you never know. You could be judging other people based off half cookie cutter stories, half truths, because those fly high too. And so it's one of those things. And see, that's something I had to walk through in my venture, in my path. And these are all things that I've learned. And I've come to an understanding that I do not judge. I don't have time for it. I don't have space in my head for it, truthfully. I got too much going on upstairs. I just don't have time. I do not have the energy. It takes a lot of energy for me to go through my days and how I operate and what I face on the daily basis. I need my energy. I need my intentions. It's important to me, on where I place it. And so I have to be really strategic and have a full understanding of myself to understand where I place it, what is deserving of it. And it's taken me a long time. It's taken me years to get to this place. And I'll be dang if I let anybody come in and rob me of something that they're incapable of having a conversation with me about. They have no idea. They have no idea the things that I have walked through and I have been through. And so if people aren't at a place to have a conversation one-on-one about some of those things, and yet they're going to sit on the exterior, throw rocks and hide their hands, they're going to, buy into the illusions. They're going to buy into the tactics. They're going to get their slice of the pie, however they want to slice it. That is on their end, and I don't have space or time for it. I do not. That is not a world that I choose to live in. Although I find myself living in this world, I have a choice. I have a choice if I buy into it. And teach to their own if they choose to or not. You got to give people space. People see things in their own way. People have their own understanding. Sometimes you align with it. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you know the full story. Sometimes you do not. And so don't pretend that you have the full story, because half the time you don't. Half the time you don't. The only full story you have is your own. That's truth. It's really the only full story. You have the good, the bad, and the ugly. You have your truth. You have, the part you played, right? And when you go in, you start healing through some of these things. You start recognizing things within yourself that you need to clean up. Is when, bye, have a good day. You too. When you can start elevating to be a better person. To be a better person. Everybody screams from the rooftop that they're the greatest person in the world. I don't know why you have to scream that from the rooftop. Truthfully. Those are things that your acts of service, how you operate, how you treat people, those show in itself. You don't need to scream that. You don't need to scream all these things about yourself, but that a lot of the times when people are in a position where they have to do all these things, they have to put themselves on a podium, or they have to put themselves in an ivory tower, it's because of their own insecurities and things that they're battling. That's what I see when I see it on all sides of the fence. On the podiums, on the podcasts, when they're out here hooting and hollering about all the great things. It's like, okay, there's some insecurity battles that they're facing. I'm going to give them space for that. Truth. And it's just one of those things, I'm dog sitting for a girlfriend of mine for the next few days, so I won't be making videos. And I'm picking up on so many things here in this last week. And I'm just processing it in the way that I process things. It's hard. It's hard when you see people being deceptive right in front of your face, and you're like, but why? Why? I can't imagine anybody moving deceptively enjoys moving deceptively, truthfully, if they were honest with themselves. But I do understand the strong pull in this world, whether it's your religious beliefs, whether it's your political affiliation, whether it's the Charlie Kirk situation, investigation, charade, didn't you see that? Whether it's the Epstein files, whether it's this war, whether it's the economy, there's all kinds of different things that play a part right now. And so I understand that too, but you have to be very careful and mindful. People get a misconception of karma. Karma comes in all kinds of different ways, shapes, and sizes. What above, so below. What you pour out into this world will meet its way back to you. It's just the universal laws of reality, of God, of the divine, of the Most High. When you become one with yourself, you start seeing all these things. God is within you. Christ is within you. The Holy Spirit is within you. Once you become one with yourself is when you start connecting to the power that you hold with God, the Most High, the divine. And you just see things very clearly. And so you understand that the laws of evolution, you understand the laws of reality, how you treat people, how you think about people, whether you're trying to buy in or, go into their energy unwarrantedly. That's the biggest thing with me. So much in my walk, people have tried so hard to get me off course or make me do things to where it solidifies their narrative based off the illusions that I face on the daily basis. It's like, golly, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Grown adults making these